TC, Spiritual Shepherd. Welcome back, guys. Today we are getting into You Write Your Existence. You are the book in the flesh. You write your existence. Now, I know that I might get some people who agree with me. I might get some people who disagree with me. That's totally fine. To each their own. First and foremost, this is an imagination exercise. So, similar to the master and the grasshopper. I know you guys have heard the master and the grasshopper, or you've at least heard of the cultivation of like a shifu and somebody who's like somebody who's a shifu and then somebody who's like an apprentice or somebody who's, learning how to become like a master. Or you've heard of like the Jedi and the Padawan, or the Jedi Master and the Padawan, okay? By the way, school community below, which it goes through the full Jedi code, every type of stuff. So you start out at Padawan and you can ultimately end up as Master. There is a free school community for you below. So just like the Master and the Grasshopper, here's a big thing. The Master has been through it more times than the Grasshopper has started. I know you guys probably have heard this cliche quote, but I want you guys to kind of chime into this. The master and the grasshopper are very similar, but this is where the grasshopper actually kind of chimes out a little bit different than that of what the master does. Okay, so the grasshopper goes to the master, first and foremost, seeking validation outside of themselves for internal attention or internal currency. But ultimately, the grasshopper will actually go to the master and be like, Master, I want to start I want to start doing something. Here's a big thing. I don't want to be lazy. That's what the grasshopper will say. I don't want to be lazy. I don't want to be lazy. Or what's the opposite of laziness? I want to be productive. I want to be productive. There you go. The grasshopper's like, goes to the master. I want to be more productive. I want to be more productive. And the master responds exactly the way that I always say all the time. You already are productive. The whole thing that you're productive in, generally, and why you see that you're not, is laziness. You are productive in laziness. That's why you don't think you're productive, because you're producing something that is counterproductive. You productize counterproductivity. You productize the byproduct of what you produce, and what your fruits that you produce is counterproductive. That is why there's the whole thing, and that's the whole thing of the grasshopper versus the master. The master is generally either consuming things that will help him produce, producing things that will help him produce more, or producing things that will actually help other people produce more, and diversifying and delegating. So there's that aspect of it. So imagine this, your pin. So a lot of people, you have like a pin on you. Normally I actually always have a pin on me. But your pin is a magic wand. I want you guys to this is an imagination exercise. Don't overthink this. Don't overlook things. Don't overlook things by judging what I'm saying. Okay. But your pen is like a magic wand. So I'm going to jump straight in. I'm obviously going on some notes as well. So if you write everything down, if you write every single thing down, okay, it will become experience and existence. Okay, but you must write it down for like belief. I'm saying like you must truly believe it. Okay. Now, if you don't see what I'm saying, and I'm talking about this world, okay, I'm talking about this world. But if you write something about this world, or you write something down attained in this world, it will become manifest. If you do not see what I'm saying, you're gonna have to write it more or better until you do see it. Okay, so pen to paper. Brian Tracy, first and foremost, this is a guy about who talks about goals and everything, but Brian Tracy, go check out Brian Tracy. He says that 3% of people write their goals down. So if you just want to be a 3% man or a 3% woman already, just write goals down. Like literally 97% of people don't even really do like a journal or even have a pen pad or even have a pen or even start goal writing or goal setting. Okay. So that's one big thing. Now, when you write, I'm following my writing, I'm getting fit. I'm following my writing, I'm getting fit. Eventually, when you believe that and you believe I'm going to follow my writing and I'm going to get fit, then what you generally will do is you will actually follow through on what you're writing and eventually go to the gym, eat clean foods. So if you write it all, you have to write it in a focus too. I always write in a focus. So sometimes my focus is business. Sometimes my focus is business. Sometimes my focus is business. I'm just kidding. Sometimes my focus is fitness. I'm just talking about focus. Sometimes my focus is wellness and health or nutrition, or sometimes it's reading, whatever. You have to find the focus and write on that focus and write a whole page worth of business stuff, a whole page worth of fitness stuff, and your goals. You write them all out. You can even take the SMART goal aspect of it, okay? Or keep it simple, stupid, like the KISS principle. So eventually you'll go to the gym if you write, I'm following my writing and I'm going to be fit. I'm following what I write down and I'm going to be fit. I'm going to be fit. I'm going to eat cleaner. I'm going to be better. I'm going to become a martial artist, whatever. Okay. Eventually you go to the gym, eat clean foods. Once you go to the gym, you train. And eventually once you train, you get fit. But where did it start? With you writing, saying, I'm following my writing and I'm going to get fit. That's where it started. Okay. Some people, they'll take mental notes, but that's also the thing that thoughts create reality. 1000%. Because what you're saying is like, if you think about something consistently or constantly, continuously, you will start to perpetuate that self-concept. You will start to project those thought forms as a projection onto time-space. Okay. And so therefore you will live that. Okay. And so it's just like between stimulus and response is where power lies, or where power is. I don't like to say the word lies, but where the word power. So when you create a better stimulus, okay, right when the stimulus goes off, when you limit the amount of time from response to stimulus, that is more enhanced power or more saturation of potency or power. Okay? It all started with your writing. You have the power to gaslight yourself. You have the power to gaslight yourself in and out of experiences and situations or existence. Okay? So what do I mean by this? I mean that you can convince yourself through lying to yourself that you believe it, or you can actually see, and that's the thing too, like when people say fake it till you make it, I don't really like that whole thing. I think it's really just like be it until you really are it. Okay, like continue to be as if until you be if. I know it sounds weird, but some people will get it. Some people will get it. Okay, but you have the power to gaslight yourself, and you can use this power to transform yourself in and out of specific types of parallel reality experiences. Okay, now when you write it down, you're also bringing it from the unseen to the seen automatically. So that's what I'm saying is a lot of people might keep it in their thoughts. They might keep it up here. Oh yeah, I'll keep it in my mind. I'll keep it okay, but really, the true masters will take all those thoughts and write them down, and then they know that because it's on paper, I can continuously just think new thoughts rather than I'll recycle these thoughts over and over and over, okay? All right. So the seen is physical, so now you have also, that's why I said it's a magic wand. You brought it from the unseen to the seen. You brought it from nothing to something, even if it's just on paper. So here's the big thing is as you write it down, okay, you are bringing your thoughts to the physical realm automatically. That's why writing is so important. And if you know how to write, if you know what to write, if you can cultivate how to write better, as well as setting goals, as well as writing motivational type of motives in the way that you are writing for yourself, you can use implication, you can use law of attraction, you can use law of assumption, you can write all these types of things within the copyright that you are copying, I guess you could say, the copyright. That's what it's called. It's called copy, if you guys don't know. Okay, I'm not talking about copying or duplicating. For example, you write with specific things and assuming specific things. You write your experience. You are the book you must read. You are the book within. You must read your book. You have thoughts, feelings, actions. You have experiences. You have memories. Okay, you have a certain perception, certain visualization. You have all these different, you have imagination. You have so many, you have focus. You could do these different types of things. And when you write the book, when you start to write the book of the state of being as being a victor rather than a victim, that is when you fulfill it. But a lot of people, they don't write goals down. They're still in a victim mindset or a scarcity victim mindset. And then they're like, I want this. And it's like, of course you want it because that implies that you lack it. Makes sense. Whiner to winner. Okay. Complainer to completer. Complainer to completer. Okay, so you need to stop complaining. You start completing. Okay, that's a big thing. When writing as fulfilled or as the wish is fulfilled and conquering, this is when you start to complete things and when things start to align. When you're in full alignment. Here's a big thing too is like when I write stuff down, I always say like write more stuff down until you see that it becomes true, and then you'll realize why writing things down are so important. Okay, like. Here's a big thing. When you start to write things, not only does it give you like more and more reassurance of I can write these things or I can write these things or, different guidance, okay? But also what it does is it's like, okay, well, I already wrote these things. I wrote these things. What is this type of, how can I put this into an energy? How can I put this into a thought form? How can I put this into a feeling form? How can I put this into action? What types of things can I do that would align with these types of things? And then you do those things. And then you be those things. And then you act as if and be as if those things. And that is the cultivation. That is the inner correlation of walking to yourself, of writing your book and listening and reading your book. Okay, here's a big thing. Generally, a lot of people want someone else to write their book and then they'll read what someone else wrote, or they want to write their own book and they want everyone else to read it. I think the biggest place to be is you writing your own book and you being happy to read your own book. It's complete self-impression. Not self-expression, self-impression. Okay? You write your own book just to write that book. Just to write the book. You write things down just to do it because you know it's good for you. And then you read it because you enjoy reading your book. Okay? You are the book. So what do I mean? When you write things down in like a journal or in a book, when you write things down, you're like, all right, I want to buy this house. I want my house to look like this. And then eventually you can even get into like vision boards. You can get into visualization. You can get into imagination. You can create a bunch of vision boards where you like go through Pinterest or you print out colored pictures and you build like a whole board, all this type of stuff, which you could do. You could totally do like a vision board or a vision board, which is what I talk about on my business, a mission board, like your full life mission, your full life purpose. You could do all of that if that's something that you want to do. And I encourage people to do that. I think that is a very important aspect of people's lives. I think a lot of people like, I want, rather than just like, I'll do it. I'll cultivate it. I'll build it. I will literally do this. Build your vision board. Build your vision board. Go on Pinterest. Build your mission board. Okay. As you do that, you'll see pictures. Then you'll know what to imagine. Then you'll know what to feel about what you imagine. Then you know how to think about what you imagine. Then you'll know how to act on what you imagine. You'll know those types of things. You'll know the types of things that you need to take. The types of actions that you need to do. The types of construction of the types of habitual construction that you can cultivate. Okay. Now, it all starts with writing. I'm going to conclude this, but it all starts with writing. It all starts with writing. So when you write it down, you write all your goals down, and eventually you take action on those. Not eventually, but you get what I'm saying. Like eventually you take action, you follow up with what you write down, and you follow up to the best of your ability to fulfill what you did with that goal setting on those journals. And as you start to do that, you start to implement that, you start to see results. Okay. A lot of people just give up because they don't see results. The whole thing is to do it regardless of the results, to do it because you just want to do it. You just want to do it because you know it's good for you. That's it. You have to get to that type of point. So eventually you go to the gym, eventually you eat clean foods, then you go to the gym, you train, then you get fit, then your fitness gets fit, and then you're like, okay, I'm actually really fit. What happened? I wrote it down first and foremost before I even went to the gym, before I even thought about the gym, all this type of stuff. So that's what I'm saying is you start to write it on paper. It also brings it to the physical reality. That's a big thing. Peace, much love, namaste. There is a free school community below for you guys, just so you guys know. But yeah, this is a full imagination exercise for you guys. Okay. I'm also going to share a few different types of, I guess, things with you. Just give me one sec. I'm starting to implement this into this. So if you are looking for personal coaching, okay, let me and my team help you make the quantum leap experience or the quantum shift experience for yourself, okay, of your life for sure. Now, I do only work with a select few of people, okay? I only work with a select few people, not only because I'm busy and I have different things, but I really like to focus on the 25 people that I am focused on. So I'm a little bit different where I would rather have higher ticket offers and I would rather have higher ticket clients and then focus on 25 of them or 30 of them, I guess you could say. Okay. But a big thing is if you want to work with me interpersonally, let me know. Okay. Also, check out Neville Collection. I'll leave it in the description below. There's over 400 verses of the law of attraction and the law of assumption. And this book actually gets into all of those different 400 verses that talk about law of attraction. Okay. There's over 400 verses of the law of attraction in the Bible. So check out Neville Collection, Neville Goddard. Okay. This is a great source material to be able to develop the powers of manifestation, law of attraction. Peace, much love. Namaste. Talk to you guys.